Good Thursday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that talks about all my cars and trucks and SUVs, the Kiefer dog, the camper, the adventures. Oh my goodness gracious, the pool. Wow, what a nice Thursday morning. Somewhat, really humid. The air is thick this morning. It's overcast, as you can tell, and it's already Thursday, which is beyond believable. This week is yet passing us once again. Wow, time, right? Time flies. So, good morning, everybody that tunes into my channel. Appreciate all the nice comments. Vito out there, thank you so much for reaching out and giving some insight on the raffle idea. And good to meet you. Maybe we'll hook up one day in Florida. We take a little ride up north on the West Coast. So, as always, really appreciate all those that reach out and talk to me. And he emailed me, so that was pretty cool, because I have the Ice Age TV comments at gmail.com to get a hold of me. Want to talk or share your nice pictures of what you have in your life, too. So, walking across the driveway, as always. Last night, I went out and bought some tools. If you kind of keep an eye on my channel, that Ford Raptor is so much fun. I mean, I'm just spoiled in so many ways because of all the flavors of vehicles I have. And I tell you, it's just a never-ending going back and forth of, oh, that's the best. As Mr. Sanchez would say, hey, good morning, Mr. Sanchez. Good morning, Don, Jenny, for all those regulars that are always reaching out to me. And listen to my channel. I can't get everybody. My voice sounds terrible, I know. Just getting going, drinking my coffee. And as Mr. Sanchez would say, oh, so now that's the baddest ass thing that you own. You know, you go from one direction to a different direction, kind of like how the wind operates, Mr. Iceman. So, busy day ahead of me, and I don't really have a lot of time to talk this morning. I got a late start, and I'm really having to probably just kind of keep this video short this morning because my workers are going to be waiting for me as I yabba dabba do and talk. And as always, it's trying to figure out what makes sense to talk about, or nonsense, or common sense. And I got to thinking last night, what would be something good to talk about? And we had the start conversations on Monday, end conversations on Tuesday, the beggars conversations. I thought that was a good one. So that was yesterday for Wednesday. And come here, Keith. Come on, Pops. Where's your little girl? Come on, Ginger. Where are you, baby? Ginger, baby. So, always trying to... Ginger! I don't know what happened to her. Oh, well. Come on, baby. There she is. Good little baby. Yep, there's Keith. Like, I'm going to get you. Lights, camera, action. Yeah, so we had the start, end, beggars. And then today I thought, why don't we have the believe? Yeah, the believe conversations. And boy, oh boy. Are we living in the age of the believability, which is unbelievable? I mean, sincerely, isn't it just incredible how it seems as if those in power can do the most unbelievable things that's hard to believe? Hey, get out of there. So, did the kitty cat come back? I was starting to think that the kitty cat disappeared, but now, looking around, we've got some stuff going on here. So maybe the kitty cat came back and decided to have a little treat last night. And maybe the kitty cat didn't die. I really started to think the kitty cat had moved on or had been killed. So the word believe is, it's always me trying to keep the car channel going without the political conversations, which isn't easy. But, and for me, we're in election year. We're in a year more than ever, I feel. And I heard this when I was a kid, when I was younger. I would hear somebody go, oh, this is the election year. It's so important that you vote. It's so important that you get out there and really show up and try to make a difference. And so many years ago, I thought, but as I've gotten older in life, you're seeing the transformation of this country that's not believable. And that's my whole point is it's so unbelievable that you have a hard time believing it. And there's a huge challenge, even with all this technology around us, all the social media, all the video content, all the knowledge within hand's reach to mankind more than ever, compared to what I grew up with. The newspaper, a select few TV stations, Hot Rod Magazine, Motor Trend Magazine, Car and Driver. Those were the outlets that I went to Cycle World, Dirt Magazine. That's where I went to read information to see what you thought was believable versus unbelievable. And just like Elon Musk, he showed the video of the Cybertruck out pulling a Porsche. Well, the real story is that was not really a believable video, because he took the lowest grade Porsche, the slowest grade Porsche, against the Cybertruck with a trailer hooked up to it with a 911 Porsche on the back of it, with a 911 slowest model they make Porsche, and they only went an eighth mile. They didn't go a quarter mile. So the quarter mile race, that Cybertruck didn't win pulling that Porsche. So it was believable, but at the same time, sure, many thought it was possibly unbelievable. But now as time has opened the door to the reality of what really took to happen. I can't even speak. Yeah. Sorry about that. The believability, now you know what you thought was correct. You were correct. You didn't believe it. That's the thing that's going on more than ever. Why doesn't CNN and MSNBC and Fox News just change the name of their network to this is the Believe? This is the Believe channel. This is the Believe News. I mean, right? If you think it through, what is the whole goal of these media networks is that you go to those channels and you believe everything they say. And it goes to the Democratic side that'll watch MSNBC and they'll believe everything they say. They go to the people who watch The View, which I don't know how anybody can watch The View with those, in my eyes, very nasty ladies. And then you get the people that watch Fox News, and it's all about them making you believe what they're telling you is believable. And then in the end, we find out through the real research and the real facts, then you start to understand that, what they're telling you that you felt was not believable, you were right. It wasn't believable. So what do you believe? So, I mean, just incredible where we are in today's society. And now with the election upon us in November, it's even being ramped up even more. And that's the whole thing that goes right back to the Ice Age versus the EV age. And that's the thing that I think the majority of the subscribers around my channel just don't believe the EV age is going to solve mankind's problems. And I think more people believe it's an agenda, it's government control, it's China favoritism, and some will say, but this, but yeah, right, well, yeah, no. And so I think most here are all on the same page that the Ice Age is true and tried, and it has the positives, the negatives, but I don't think everybody believes that these vehicles are going to be the end of Mother Nature Earth. And I think many believe that if we can continue to work on advancement of the Ice Age technology and the fuels that we use to run them, I think many believe that these will be a much cleaner burning vehicles as time progresses. And for the EV age, the mining resources and then the waste and then the carbon footprint needed just to make the EV vehicles. And then when you plug in your EV vehicle, is it local coal power plant, nuclear, gas? What is running that power plant to get your energy? Or some may have their own solar panels on top of their house, and somehow, some way, that feeds their car. There's lots of variables there, but once again, it's the believability. And I think so many people more than ever feel like when you hear the person rambling on and pounding their fists, then it becomes less believable, because you're just thinking, like, what is going on here? I mean, really, what is the ball game with you sitting here adamantly forcing this down my throat? And that's the thing about life is, so well, when you start getting forced to believe something, then you start retracting, and then you start scratching your head, and then you start thinking, just like for me. I hope those that watch my channel remember when I went to the Ford dealership up there in Coons, Baltimore Ford, and I had a black Raptor 35, that I just had bought, and I went to their dealership and I saw a Ford Power Boost, that like Glacier Blue, Zura Blue, whatever you want to call it, that color. You know the truck that I'm talking about if you saw me use it to go to Florida to turn around and trade it in for that dually over there. But that truck on that window sticker, I'm trying to remember, I think it said like 23 miles a gallon or something. And it was like 23 miles per gallon on the Monroney sticker. And I was like, wow. And I was like, wow, that's unbelievable. I don't believe it. But the sticker said the thing got like 23 miles per gallon, I think. I could be wrong on that. But that got me so excited about buying that Power Boost because I was like, wow, this thing's going to get that type of fuel economy. And I was really not excited about my Ford Raptor 35 that I had, the black one. And it was getting like 14 miles a gallon. And so I jumped and bought that Ford Power Boost. And I struggled to get 21 miles per gallon out of it. I just couldn't really get over like 19 to 20 miles per gallon. And I kept on hearing people tell me, as you drive it more, it'll get better. It'll get better, it'll get better, it'll get better. It never happened. And then you watch my video of me towing with that truck to Florida, I was getting like 6 and 7 miles per gallon out of that, that vehicle. And yeah, so I didn't believe it. It was too unbelievable. But I convinced myself to believe it. And as it goes on more than ever in our society, it's so unbelievable that they have to persuade you to believe it. And then you take the cake, you believe it. Here is the other trailer with the collection of motorcycles in it as well. I hate this linoleum flooring. Why? Look at my foot. My foot's just going through the grass. Look at this. If it ever rained, and I tried to put motorcycles in this trailer, there's no doubt in my mind I would probably wipe out. So here's the collection of other motorcycles that you don't see. There's the bobber. I've got the Harley Davidson CVO 2021 for sale on Marketplace. Not really getting many bites. I've had a few people interested, but the payoff in this thing is like 33 grand, I believe. I think it is. I think 33. So I think I'm down. I think I've advertised it for like $32,999, and but you know it's just incredible. For a while there, I'm just gonna get my light on here. For a while there, I was getting some bites on it, and I thought I had one guy that was going to come to the table and get it, and he never did. And because if people want to spend 28 to 30 grand for this thing, but I'm not writing a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 check to get rid of my motorcycle. It's a beautiful bike. It's brand new. It's barely been ridden. And in so many ways, it's a Fast Johnny in disguise. But it's more than that because it has the rear speakers on the bike. And it has, of course, the CVO trim with the cool, handlebar grips and the CVO style seat. And it does have a passenger seat. And it's just as, the aesthetics on it. And it has the gas rear suspension that the guy owned before me. It's a beautiful, great bike. There's nothing wrong with it. And I'm only selling it just because I have too many motorcycles. But I like to get rid of the Chief Bobber. The danger with me is I'll take the Chief Bobber and I'll take the FTR and I'll go buy the Indian Roadmaster that has the real true fairing that is the real true look to the Indian product. But here it is. Right now, is it drizzling? Because this is so dangerous. So I just think to myself, what moron at the frickin' trailer dealer, trailer manufacturer would put in a linoleum surface? It's like, if you actually, this is a car trailer. If you have loaded and unloaded cars, you understand that if this is a wet surface and you come up on this with your car, you're going to slide. You're probably going to slide and go into the cables. You're probably going to damage your car. Just stupid as all get out. So, just beyond believable on that. Here's the camper where I live in the camper. And here's the back end of this trailer, which my friend Chris swears up and down the angle of this trailer is not going to be a big deal loading these bigger bikes into this trailer. And I was just like, man, I just can't see it because look at the height. Look at basically, if you look at this trailer, the height of where I am, you look at my calf, and you look at where that is right there. So now, come over to this trailer, you're up to my hip. You're above my hip on where the top of this trailer door is. and you put it down, and it's going to be such the radical incline. I just think to myself, you know, putting a bike, and I've talked about it many times, I just don't believe it. I just don't believe. And the biggest thing is bringing the bike out of the trailer. When you come down that deep slope, if you really don't know how to do that, man, you're going to fall down. And I'm sure there's guys out there who do it all the time, and they've got, you know, they know how to do it. And I've loaded so many motorcycles over the years and cars. I mean, I think I know how to do that stuff, but at the same time, I've always been like, wow, how does that play out? That's funny. There's a twig, there's a tree branch stuck in my freaking awning. Yeah, and do I take this to Florida? Thinking about it, maybe. What would I tow with it? You know, part of me says to use that new Chevy 2500 Bison Edition. How would that do? I would think that thing would do great. I mean, in all sincereness, the Ford F450 would be the best truck to use. But at the same time, if this truck here would tow really well, and then the front suspension on it makes it so you don't walk all over the world. Downside to these other vehicles in the Ford product, as I told you, is it's the walkability. Where is the Dark Horse Mustang? Geez, I think that's going to probably be tomorrow's project. I think that's probably when it's all going to come together. Plus, for the record, it's $4,000. It's a $4,000 bill, man. I mean, everybody thinks I'm rich as hell. Yeah, I'd be rich as hell. You'd believe me more how rich I was if I didn't have all these cars and trucks and motorcycles, because this is a lot. And that's why I got to thinking the raffle. Maybe it's time just to cut loose and say, hey man, get the raffle thing going and just start raffling things off just to get my debt load off my back. That is very, very, very challenging. You know, am I in over my head? Of course I am. Have I been like that most of my life? Yeah. Nothing's changed. But last night I went to Home Depot, and if you watch my channel and video, I bought a bunch of new Milwaukee corded tools. And the reason I've done this is because this new electric truck that I have, it powers up the electric tools in the front, here, in the front, in the back, and it's so much easier to use those tools because they're more powerful. And also, it's the constant challenge of the batteries that go dead on you when you're out in the field. You can have chargers with you, but I just felt like I'm gonna get the corded tools because it's just a better setup. And yeah, there's definitely applications where you're gonna have to have a cordless tool. Hey, morning.
I have to talk to you about
Okay.
something.
Here's the thing. I'm just about finished up. Can you wait a few minutes? Okay, I want to turn this video off because when I turn the video off, it's not going to work. So anyways, as we sit here, and I told you I've got a really busy day today, got a lot going on, and I got a late start, and I'm just not going to be able to spend a lot of time with you guys this morning because I got to go do a job, and other things are going on, and now I have no idea what the kids got going on, but I have an inclination I think I do know what's going on, which that's not good, but who knows, because where is everybody, right? Where's my new employee? I have no idea if that's what that's about or not. Could be challenging in life, but hey, when you're in small business, you're your best, worst employee. That's life. When you're in business for yourself, you come to find out very quickly you're your best, worst employee. And that's been the story of my life. And have I been the lone man most of my life? I have. I've built my own business for the most part my own, and I've done it numerous times. And sure, I've had help, but as far as me just creating things and doing things and being successful and not being successful, you know what? That's something I should show you because I talk about stuff. But you know what? I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. I really do have to wrap it up. And something's going on in my business with my daughter, and I don't know what's going on. So I got to wrap it up. So anyways, just wanted to reach out and keep the morning conversation going. And I'm sure most people will agree that to see what we're witnessing play out in this administration, no surprises. Anybody out there, it's not going to surprise you of the unbelievable will then become believable of what's going to play out with this administration. And now, my wife was telling me last night that the Chinese and Russians are up there in Alaska's airspace playing around. I mean, I just hope I'm wrong. I feel like we're going to be in a war. I really do, direct war. Hope I'm wrong. But you won't believe it till it actually happens. And most people would say it's unbelievable. Won't happen. All right, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. God bless. Have a great day. Let me